Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Doctor Strange Issue 6, 2023. Man, that is a nice, crazy looking cover, showcasing Doctor Strange looking haggard and nuts and just kind of crazy. And we do get that, and we get a little bit of the gods kind of thing, similar to, what was in with like the Fantastic Four. And this details how General Strange came about. And it really shows the Vishanti as dicks. So let's get into it. This was just nutty. So many years ago, the War of the Seven Spheres, War Zero. Enough prevaricating. Prevaricating, yeah, Stephen Strange. For the patronage we have granted you, the Vishanti demands your service. It's like, god damn. And I really love the art in here. It really just fits the story. Of course, he's like, I've told you, I'm no soldier, and I cannot leave my post. I'm the Sorcerer Supreme. My world must be defended. The Seven Spheres are war, Stephen Strange. Battle rages on a multitude of worlds. The Trinity of Ashes press us on 100 fronts. It is possible that we might lose, and if we do you really think that this war will simply leave your little world be? And that, of course, is showcasing the Trinity of Ashes, and Strange is just like, So we then shift to year one, and how Strange is chronicling in a journal, being like, from the wartime log of Dr. Stephen Strange, I'm a doctor. It is something I must repeat to myself for fear of forgetting it. It's the war, it's this war, one for all existence, or so they tell me. The Vishanti battling the Trinity of Ashes across the plains, with armies on both sides numbering in the tens of millions. And me, the soldiers keep calling me General, as they've been commanded to do by the Vishanti. I keep asking them to call me Doctor instead, which they do until the next day, the next sortie, the next battle, and then it all starts again. General, for God's sake. I love how he's just like, come on, call me Doctor. Dr. Praetorian Orgoth. Doctor, please. Yes, sir, General, whatever you say. And Orgoth becomes important, as well as Jarnet. And then he, of course, inquires about morale, and that it's high, and that Strange evidently detonated the ley lines, keeping casualties low and denying enemy resources, that the troops appreciate that. And then, of course, Strange gets into the ramifications, consequences of that. The thermonuclear blast will render the prayer fields uninhabitable for generations, but lives were saved. And then, of course, it's like it's only been 1 year. They stopped his aging, returned him to his world at the moment I left, but what will I be in that time? Don't worry, General, we'll probably all be dead. It's like, geez, that's not good. So then we shift to year 12, talking about how it's an ambush and how Strange and Orgoth are pretty much tighter now, saying that the ritual's almost complete. Keep them off me for a few moments. For a few more moments, Orgoth. You swore an oath, General, before you and the Vishanti. Our troops were moving through the screaming canyons. My life for yours. And that becomes important as the story goes on. The enemy knew we were coming. A remote-activated demon summoning circle. And the enemy did not know I would be here. I will always remember that battle. 7-ringed exorcism of Atlanteus' 99th invocation. It's like, damn, that sounds nutty. And of course it is. Not because of the ambush, or because that was the first time I managed to cast an exorcism at the 99th invocation. And then he wants an immediate casualty report. Darn it. It's going to be bad, General. They caught us unawares. Damn it. Scribe Barrier's division. Tell them to hold until we attend to our injured. General, respectfully, Doctor. We can't. Are wounded. We have to leave them behind and march. If we don't reinforce Barrier, the enemy will overrun him and take the Crystal Towers. This is important because this is starting to fight against Strange's kind of beliefs. Him doing the thing about the ley lines. Here, he's like, it wasn't new mastery of magic that I remember. Leave our wounded? If the Crystal Towers fall, that's thousands dead, General. Behringer's division, and then who knows how many who'll lose their lives taking them back. We'll come back for them. We will, as soon as we've secured the towers. Get those who can march ready. No, that was when I first mastered lying to myself, as we see him kind of more kind of haggard and becoming different. The War of the Seven Spheres, 15, the 3-year march. This is where the Gods bit pops in. It's like, ooh, okay, it's in the middle of it. Good to see you, Wynn. Stephen, I see the banners of light moving forward and the Great War continues. What interest is that to the powers that be? Righteous or not, Vishanti or not, you're getting ready to make a lot of noise in all the places that really matter. Enough noise to wake slumbering gods. Wonderful. So, can I count on your help? Bad news on that front. I'm afraid the answer is no. Then why in the six hells are you here? I wanted to ask you if I could have all your stuff when you die. Bad news on that front. I'm afraid the answer is no. Oh well, had to ask. So, it's interesting to kind of see that character. It's like, this does make him interesting. So then we shift, and it's the year 100 of this war. Can it really have been a century already? General. The Vishanti have extended my lifespan despite being injured, maimed, drawn to death's door time and again in this war. I remained ageless as the day I joined. As we see, he has now lost an eye. And it's like, oh shit, Dr. Orgoth, how's the arm? But my spirit, my soul, good as new, General. A good trick you taught our mages, healing our warriors from the corpses of the enemy. It's like, that is kind of fucked up and could probably lead to bad consequences. The Vishanti can do nothing about these scars. Well, if it isn't as if they were using them. Report, Orgoth. So that's kind of a creepy kind of thing to be doing. 4 sorties, 4 defeats. It's a meat grinder, General. As we see them then shifting to another kind of point. We need more fighters. We've got too many injured in the hospitals. That and the enemy prisoners are beginning to strain our resources. And that's important because they're able to utilize the dead. And this is another turning point for Stephen as he becomes more of the general. Kill the prisoners as humanely as you can. Use them for parts, heal our soldiers, get them back out to the front. And he does think about it, and that panel's important. As we then shift, it's like, damn, General, but it was you who told us to treat the prisoners well. That was 50 years ago, Orgoth. I'm not who I was then, not anymore. I'm done putting the lives of the enemy over those I'm responsible for. And that's a big shift and a very dangerous change to that. So it's like, good God. The War of the Seven Spheres, year 1509, the aftermath of the Battle of the Direlands. I don't ask people to call me doctor anymore. Darn it! This war has taken away my right to. General, we have to go. Leave me, Orgoth. I lost us this battle, lost us all these lives, or rather, I can't leave his body for the scavengers. As we then see that he has found the body and is taking it with them. My actions in this war have betrayed everything the title doctor stands for. And that's important because it starts seeing where he is and what's kind of going on. But that is war. Push them back. Push them back. And 2309, the Battle of the Screaming Labyrinths. War reshapes us, recreates us, and I like that this story is able to showcase that that is what's going on. At your side, General. Little by little, we are born again until we no longer recognize ourselves. So slowly, we don't even notice. When I was still fit to be called doctor, I knew the truth. It can't be stopped, flee. The war hound of the Vishanti is upon us. There's no birth without blood. Run them down, no quarter, kill them all. It's like, damn, that's not Stephen anymore. That's not Doctor. So then we're in 3812. I don't think about how the enemy's soldiers are the same as ours. People pressed into service, given weapons and banners, thrown into battle. Direct manifestation incoming, direct manifestation, shield your eyes. Ah, I can't. It's too much. I only think about winning. The Trinity of Ashes are manifesting directly. Retreat, the field is lost. Retreat. Because our only winning this war can make it all this worth it. And that's an important thing of seeing what he is at now. He will do anything to win this war to make all the sacrifices and all the bad things he's done worth it. So we're in 4512 as someone calls for the general. He's ready. Why, Orgoth? Why would you try to kill me after thousands of years at my side? Hundreds of times you saved my life because I'm tired of this war, General, and killing you would end it. You and me, all the Vishanti's officers, we've been kept alive so long that we've forgotten what it's like not to be at war. We've forgotten what it means killing people. And that's a big thing. He can understand that. And that's what's turned him against Strange. I just want the war to end, even if it means we lose. And that is what can happen in a long, protracted war like this of thousands of years where you don't even remember what it's like to not be at war, to not be at peace. The Trinity of Ashes winning, how can that be any worse than this? It's like, yeah, are you insane? Are you mad? If we lose, all of this will have been for nothing. I'll have thrown away my soul for nothing. And there's it. Even though it's like clear as day said, him saying that makes it and understands who he is as a character. At this point, General, Vishanti or Trinity, what's the difference? Damn you, Orgoth, you know what I have to do, don't you? Of course I do. I swore an oath, remember? My life for yours. Do it, Doctor. Hey, I finally got it right. as he then gets killed by Strange. So then we reach 5,000. Did you hear us, Stephen Strange? Yes. I just cannot understand what you said. The cowardice of it, the faithlessness. The Trinity of Ashes are suing for peace. The war will end. Is that not what you wanted? What you fought for at first? Yes. But that was 5,000 years ago. Now, a ceasefire? And seeing how pissed and ragged and just destroyed he is? Better to spit in my face, O Vishanti. Better to spit in the face of those under my command who died in your name, and the ones that he's killed. And then they're pissed off. It's like, oh, mind your tongue, Doctor. General Strange. The Trinity of Ashes are suing for peace because they know I am coming for them. My legions are ready. They are 150th generation soldiers, an entire culture of war. I can destroy the Trinity for you. There would never be another war like this. There would never have to be. Reject them, Vishanti. Let me finish this war. Let this all be for something. No. We accept the Trinity's terms. Too much blood has been spilled. We will have peace. It's folly and insult, as we see. And it's like, damn. You are correct in one respect, Stephen Strange. We are afraid. It is the fear of you and your armies that have driven us to peace, which is why we have one condition. And it's like the Trinity popping up. It's like, what's that? You wish me to disband my legions for the death or displacement of imprisonment of my warriors? How many lives do you require to salve your egos? Your warriors will be cared for, Strange. The Trinity requires only one life, yours. No, you faithless. The Trinity of Ashes wants General Strange in prison, where you might never threaten them again. But we also have made an agreement with Doctor Strange to return him to his own world shortly after he left. So then we see that they separated the two. And they're like, we'll do that. Your memories, your experiences, your magics, you will be bound away. There is no place for the warhound of the Vishanti in a world of peace. You will be renewed to the state you were in. You were when you entered our service. I will not accept this. And this is an important bit that is always what screws people up. You have to help people transition from war to peace. Otherwise, you will get the things that happen throughout this book. You can't just leave people imprisoned or throw them away and not deal with them. The Vishanti and the Trinity are going to learn that the hard way. We know this, which is why we are doing it. You're dangerous, General. Warhound is all well and good, but a mad dog is a menace to all. I will return, and I will finish my war. Doctor Strange's first day home. So we see the imprisoned general in the crystal. So I have fought for you for 5 millennia, but have no memory of it. Yes, there were complexities, such as that crystal you hold. You must keep guard of it. Great danger is contained within. Well, it would hardly be the first bauble of deadly import I've been entrusted with. It is intrinsically linked to your life force, Stephen Strange. The only way we could engineer such a particular binding. Well then, that's important because this is before he died. So that's how it unleashed him. In that case, I suppose I'd better try very hard not to die. As we see General Strange crazy and locked up in there, as it says, next, the Doctor versus the General. So I liked understanding that, getting our tease of what's going on. This was a very good book to understand the mindset of General Strange, his anger at the Vishanti, of being in prison the way he is, of what went on with that war and how it was horrible for all sides involved, of what war can do to people. And damn, I was just like, wow, the Vishanti do not know what they've done. And General Strange might finish his war, but he might finish his war completely in taking out both sides, the Trinity of Ashes and the Vishanti. Doctor Strange is going to have a hard time fighting this one, and I can't wait to see how this story works out. So, those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also, like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.